Hey, this is Carlotta. When I left you the last time, we had just put the bread into my oven to proof. Now I realize that not everybody has a proofer in their oven, so I happen to have one, but in the middle of my bread rising, my husband decided that he needed to bake something in the oven. So I had to take the bread out and put it in the quick cooker. And the quick cooker also had, the Pampered Chef quick cooker has a proof setting on it, which is right there. So I finished up proofing my bread with the quick cooker from Pampered Chef. Okay, you know when your husbands say they need to use the oven, you just kind of get out of the way and let them do it. Okay, so here is the bread that was proofed and which was finished up in the quick cooker. And by the way, if you don't have a quick cooker and you want to proof, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you get your hands on the quick cooker, full price or half price. So I'm going to take my Pampered Chef rolling pin, which is marble, and we're going to roll this out. And I already let it rest. When you first get done proofing your bread, you let it rest for about 10 minutes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start rolling it, and I'm going to move this wonderful little Pampered Chef pastry mat, and I'm going to start rolling. So whenever you roll, especially if you're rolling pie dough, you start in the middle and you come out. You start in the middle and you come out. So I want to get this really big because we are going to do some braiding with this. I'm just going to keep rolling it. You see there's little flecks of onion. Remember, this was an onion bread, a sour cream onion bread that we started out with. So I'll just keep rolling. If you don't have a marble rolling pin, they're wonderful. And nice thing about this is you can put it in the freezer. So when you're rolling out sugar cookie dough and you don't want the dough to stick, if you start this out in the freezer, the marble will freeze up. Be perfect for you to roll out those products that can get kind of sticky if they get too warm. So we're going to keep going. And if I wanted to measure this, I would have nice measurements on the side. And I'm rolling this way because I want to make these braids lengthwise rather than straight across. So I'm going to do a little bit more. You can see what wonderful dough this is. I'm always quite proud of the dough that I make. Well, I really am. So just going to keep rolling and rolling and rolling. And I think this will be okay. I think I can get enough out of here. Okay. So we don't want to use a knife on our pastry mats because if we use a knife, why, you'll cut right through it. So you want to use something else to make your cuts. So I've got one of these Pampered Chef handy scrapers, and it'll be perfect for this. Just a little bit more. See how nice that rolls out? Oh, it feels so good. I love feel bread. So we're going to just cut like this. So I have to tell you, you're going to hear some squeaking in the background. So my dog, Sable, has decided to play with her squeak toy. But, you know, these are things that happen in regular households. So you can see how we're cutting with this. So I'm not worried about this cutting through this mat. Now, I don't do anything quite even, just need to know that. And we're going to bake this on a stone. 5, 6, right? My measurements aren't the best here. Right up this side's a little thicker. Hey, but it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got to get one more in there. This will be a little skinny piece. Now we're going to braid. Okay. Don't anybody grade me on my stripes there, or stripes. Pampered Chef rectangular stone. I've noticed when I've done videos before, everybody marvels at how dark it is. So it's a wonderful stone, and I try to bake most of my bread on here, and I do have another one of these so I can kind of interchange. All right, well let's braid a little bit here. So we'll start with this piece. Now, I like to tell stories, as you know, as we go along. And so my daughter, who's now 44, says I deprived her growing up because I didn't know how to do braids. And guess what? I still don't know how to do them, but you know what? All we're doing is twisting. It isn't going to really matter how you do this because it's all going to rise. It's all going to look good. So there's our first one. Here, let's get this one down a little bit more. We'll do this one a little bit more. This is rising so quick that you do have to work kind of fast. And then I can lift the whole thing up and very quickly get it over here. Now, please notice there's no oil or butter or anything on these stones. This is another beauty of working with stones. You don't have to put any kind of grease or anything like that on them. Now this one's going to look a little different. That's all right. I could twist it. Gee, if I knew how to do a French braid, I could probably do that. Now, another name for this kind of a bread can be challah. So, challah breads are very popular as well. And let's see, we'll just kind of do like this with this one. This probably isn't the best one. That's all right. So nobody's grading me. So we're going to lift this over, just like this. It's all going to puff up and look beautiful when it's all done, but we're not quite done yet. So we're going to take some egg mixture. This is what will make it look nice and shiny, just like this. And I'm going to really spruce this one up, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. So this is what's going to make the seeds or whatever you're using on it. And kind of give it a really neat little flavor. So just kind of put this in just like this and like this. So for those of you that haven't guessed what this is a great Italian mixture of pine nuts, basil. It smells delicious, and of course lots and lots of garlic. And see, I can just put whatever I want in between this. This is a mixture that I make during the summertime and freeze, and it is called pesto. And I can always do a video on how to make good pesto. But see, it gives it a nice little interesting texture. Okay, pretty. And then on the other one, we'll just put some Parmesan. Excuse my hand there. A little bit of Parmesan mixture across the top. And we're going to let this rise again. It'll probably only be about a 20-minute rise, and then we'll get ready to bake it in the oven, and it'll be all done. And when it's all done, here, we'll just show you these two. We got into this one, so we'll see, this is going to look entirely different just because of that pesto that we put in there. You can do anything you want to with these breads. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you. And make sure that you watch all 3 segments. Again, this is Carlotta, upper level director with the Pampered Chef, and thanks for watching.